Hello retouchers, you're welcome to my channel once again, and in today's tutorial video we are going to be talking about editorial mistakes and common mistakes retouchers do. Okay, so without wasting time, if you haven't subscribed to this my channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button so you will get notified anytime I drop amazing tutorial. Okay, so first, this is the raw of this picture. Okay, I've edited this picture to get this, okay, which I'm not covering it on this tutorial. Okay, but my next tutorial will show you guys how I retouch this picture. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so the first mistake retouchers do is retouching in a hurry. Okay, so retouching is all about beautifying the picture, beautifying your image. Okay, you are correcting the tones and you are correcting the makeups, you are correcting the hair, you are removing the blemishes and the wrinkles, making the picture looks more beautiful. So it's not something that you do in a hurry. Okay, so it's not something you do in a hurry. That's number one mistake retouchers do. If you retouch in a hurry, you will not get a good result. Okay, retouching required your time. Okay, you will take your time if you want to get a good result. Okay, so you will study the picture, you will study the skin tone, you will fix the wrinkles and blemishes. Okay, so number two mistakes retouchers do is not knowing how to set mixer brush. Okay, so not knowing how to set mixer brush is one of the mistake retouchers do. Okay, so and here I will show you how we can set your mixer brush if you're a retoucher watching this tutorial. Okay, so I'm on my mixer brush already. Okay, so if you click on your mixer brush, you come here on your brush here, make sure that you are on soft round brush, very important. Okay, so then inside here your brush setting, make sure that you make smoothing active. Okay, you deactivate every other thing that is active here, make your smoothing active. Okay, and here you make sure that your brush will be on clean brush. Okay, and if you put it on clean brush, the first brush here, which is this, you deactivate it and activate the second brush. Okay, always make sure that you are on custom here. Okay, then your wet, your load, your mix, your flow. Okay, that's another place that you need to fix. Okay, if you increase this here, your brush will be flowing much and you might not control it. You'll be spoiling your picture while retouching. Okay, that is why you need to reduce it. Okay, if you are a beginner, I will always advise beginners to use 30 30 30. Okay, mix doesn't actually count. Okay, it can be on 0, it can be on 100, it can be on any number. Okay, so if you're a beginner, you use 30 30 30 30 30. Okay, so you lower it accurate. So when you are retouching your image, it will be flowing much to spoil your image. Okay, and here always put it on 10%. Okay, so that is how to set mixer brush. Okay, so if you set your mixer brush perfectly, you will get a nice retouch. Okay, so the next mistake that retouchers do is not knowing how to set the difference between 16-bit frequency separation and 8-bit frequency separation and how to set them. Okay, that's the number 3 mistake that retouchers do. Okay, so that might be the reason why you are not getting the best results while retouching. Okay, so I will show you guys how you can set 16-bit and set 8 bits. First, let's set 8 bits. Okay, to set 8-bit frequency separation, you will duplicate your image twice, Ctrl J or Command J twice. Okay, so this first duplicate here will be your tone and the second duplicate will be your texture. Remember, frequency separation is a technique we use in separating the tone from the texture from the tone, keeping them in 2 different layers. Okay, so we are about to separate the textures and put them in this layer, then the tone will remain here so that anything we are doing on the tone will not affect the texture. Okay, so to do that, we turn off our texture layer and make tone active. Then we go to blur to filter to blur to Gaussian blur. Okay, so this particular place is another side that retouchers make mistake. Okay, so this side, it doesn't have any specific amount of blur. Okay, so pictures differs, different pictures, different amounts. This is what you look at for as a retoucher. You will put this amount, this blur, the amount that will blur your image, and you will still be seeing your textures. Okay, so in this image now, as you can see this image, I'm seeing my textures here. So 3.7 or 4 is okay. I'm still seeing, it's blur, but I'm still seeing the textures. Okay, so I click continue. Okay, so once you set it this way, you turn back your texture layer, make it active again. Then you go to apply to image and to apply image. Okay, so here in apply image, you will enter inside this layer, inside this mesh, and you select your tone. Okay, then your channel will be RGB color. Okay, then blending mode will be on subtract. Okay, then your scale here will be 2, your offset will be 128. Okay, so you do this setting when you are setting 8 bits frequency separation. Okay, so once you achieve it this way, you click OK. Then here you change the blending mode to linear light. Okay, so once you get your setting like this, you can retouch your 8-bit image and get a perfect result. Okay, so another mistake is how to set 16-bit frequency separation. Okay, so some of you will retouch 16-bit with 8 bits and retouch 8-bit with 16-bit. That's not the right way to do it. Okay, so let me show you how you can set 16-bit frequency separation if you're working on 16-bit image. Okay, so if you are working on 16-bit image and you want to set the frequency separation, what you will do is the same way, the same pattern you set 8 bits, you duplicate your layer twice, Ctrl J or Command J. So the first layer, the first copy will be your tone, which is your low frequency, and the second one will be your texture, which is your high frequency. Okay, now you turn off the texture, then the tone, you put the amount of blur the same way you put the amount that will blur the image, and you still be seeing your texture. Okay, so you hit OK, then you make your texture layer active. Okay, and you go to your image to apply image, and here this is where the difference between 8 bits and 16-bit setting comes in. Okay, so here you will select your tone as normal. So blending mode here will be add instead of subtract. Okay, if you're working on 16 bits, your blending mode will be on add instead of subtract. Then your offset will be on 0, your scale will be on 2. Then this invert here, you check it, make it active, then you get this result. Okay, and you click OK. Then here you change the blending mode to linear lights, and you get this result also. So this is how you set if you are working on 16-bit image. Okay, so let me delete these 2 layers. Okay, so another mistake retouchers do is not retouching with mixer brush. You know, there are many ways to retouch. Okay, so let me show you something with my frequency separation action here. Okay, I don't want this video to be that long, so okay, so this is my frequency separation action. This is 8 bits. Okay, so this is one of the biggest mistakes that retouchers do, is retouching this way. Once you set your frequency separation, you pick your lasso tool, you put your fader any amount you feel like you want to put it there, then you select the image and go to filter, to blur, to Gaussian blur, then you blur it. See, if you retouch this way, this is the worst way to retouch. To me, this is the worst way. Okay, if you retouch this way, as you can see, you are killing the details of the picture. It doesn't have details again. This is the picture. If you retouch this way, you are killing the details. Let's continue. Some of you retouch this way, you select and you blur. You select, you go to your filter to Gaussian blur, you blur. This is fake. This is not the best way to retouch. Okay, so sometimes when you are retouching and you are not getting the result you want, that's because you are retouching this way. You are killing the image, killing the highlights, killing the details. Okay, so this is not the right way to retouch. Okay, so if you are retouching your image and you want to get the best results, make sure you use your mixer brush. Retouch with your mixer brush. So if you retouch with your mixer brush, it will enable you to get a perfect result. Okay, when you master your mixer brush and you retouch with mixer brush, you will get a perfect result. You will get a perfect result. Okay, so I use mixer brush, as you can see, in all my retouching. Okay, so that's another mistake retouchers are doing. Okay, so the next mistake retouchers are doing is retouching and killing the details of the picture. Okay, it is not all pictured you remove the mark. Okay, some retouchers will retouch and they will kill the skin freckles. That is very, very wrong. Remember, freckles are part of human feature. You don't remove it during retouching. Okay, so when you are retouching, try everything possible to make it realistic. Keep the freckles, it's part of the human body. Okay, that's one of the mistakes retouchers are doing. Another mistake retouchers are doing is not knowing the best way to do the skin tone. Remember, after you retouch, that is not the end. You must do skin tone to make it shiny and poppy, as you can see this picture right here. So you can see this picture right here. So you must learn how to get a perfect skin tone for your image. So if you can set your mixer brush perfect, if you can mix the skin brushing perfect, if you can leave select and blur, selecting the area and blurring, and you know how to skin tone perfectly, trust me, you get the best results if you retouch. Okay, so and that is why I'm here. Okay, in this channel I post retouching videos, retouching tutorial videos, color grading and co. Okay, so always check on my channel for updates. Okay, I'm here to help you guys to master retouching. Okay, master your mixer brush. Okay, so if you can learn this, trust me, your next retouch will be wow. Okay, so guys, I don't want this video to be long. Okay, so my next tutorial I will show you guys how I achieve this result. Okay, how I retouch this picture and achieve this perfect result. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do well, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button so you get notified anytime I drop amazing tutorial. Okay, so I will see you guys in my next tutorial. I love you guys.